In a quiet home, two brothers grow up under the same roof. Daniel is quick, confident, and outspoken. Samuel is gentle, thoughtful, and reserved. Every report card, every chore, every single achievement becomes a point of comparison. Why can't you be more like your brother? See how Daniel does it. At first, it sounds harmless. But slowly, something starts to break. Daniel grows proud, but also deeply anxious. Samuel grows quiet, but incredibly insecure. One feels this constant pressure to always win, while the other feels like he can never, ever measure up. They stop seeing each other as brothers and start seeing each other as rivals. And their parents don't realize it yet, but comparison is quietly building walls right where love should be growing. This isn't a new story. In the Bible, we see it with Cain and Abel. Both brought offerings to God. God accepted Abel's, but he looked with disfavor on Cain's. Instead of trying to improve his own offering, Cain allowed comparison to breed jealousy. That jealousy turned into anger, and that anger led to the destruction of his own family. The lesson here is that comparison didn't just hurt Cain, it destroyed a family. Years later in our story, Samuel has stopped trying. He hides his gifts. Daniel, on the other hand, has stopped resting. He's terrified to fail. All because they were constantly measured against each other instead of being nurtured for who they were as individuals. This reminds me of another story. Joseph and his brothers. The Bible says that their father, Jacob, loved Joseph more than all his other children. And when his brothers saw this favoritism, they hated him. This comparison and favoritism led to hatred, betrayal, and a completely broken family. Even God's chosen families were not immune to the damage of comparison. So what does comparison really do? The Bible warns us very clearly in 2 Corinthians chapter 10. When they measure themselves by one another and compare themselves with one another, they are not wise. Comparison steals confidence. It breeds resentment. It kills unity. And it distorts our God-given identity. But then, the turning point. One day, the parents finally notice the distance. The silence. The tension between their sons. And they decide to change their words. Instead of asking, "Why can't you be like your brother?" they start saying, "We see you. God made you unique." This is a powerful biblical truth. Psalm 139 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Galatians 6 tells us, each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone, without comparing themselves to someone else. God never compares his children. He calls each of us individually, by name. Children are not mirrors meant to reflect each other. They are masterpieces, each with their own unique design. When parents stop comparing, children start flourishing. And when comparison ends, their true purpose begins. So remember, don't raise competitors. Raise children who know their God-given worth. Thanks for watching.